Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found. Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found. So darling.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is. I need to play a song or something. I really need to play a song or something. Anyway, welcome to the Breakdown, episode 597, sponsored by Gemini, the good people at Gemini. Click the link. Guys, you got 24 hours left. Okay, you got 24 hours left. 24 hours left to go ahead and make a statement. Okay, I said that I would go ahead and break down the loudest community. I will make a video. I will literally break down the community. Break down, head to toe. 3-minute video. Breaking down your meme. And nobody really wants it. I've been saying this. Nobody really wants it. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Shall see what happens. We'll see if somebody steps up to the plate today. We shall see if somebody goes ahead and steps up to the plate today. Had the morning show today. Hopefully everybody tuned into the morning show. Had a really good discussion. Had a really good discussion with a bunch of folks. We talked about like really working for your bag. That's what we talked about. I'm going to get into all these subjects, but we really talked about working for your bag. And I think a lot of you guys don't have it in you no more to work for your own bags. You know, forget about this cycle. I'm going to go back into previous cycles. When I would go into something, I'd work my ass off for it because I am putting my money into something. So I'm going to let everybody know that I've gone into something that I think is very interesting. So there is nonstop work. For me personally, it's nonstop. And I don't shill 32,000 tickers a day like some people. I go into something and I just want to talk about it. It's like you bought a pair of glasses, right? You want to tell everybody that, hey, I just bought a new pair of glasses. You buy Tesla stock. You want to tell everybody, hey, man, I just bought some Tesla stock. I work for my bags. I've always worked for my bags. Non-stop working for them bags. What is the point of getting into something and just sitting back and not working to see it through? What is the point? Why even buy into the thing? Why even buy into these crypto assets if you're not going to work for them? What is the point? What is the point? Like, there's no way you believe in something. There's no way, absolutely no way that you actually believe in something if you're now willing to go onto every social media platform, if you're now willing to call your grandmother at 2 o'clock in the morning, your grandparents 2 o'clock in the morning, letting them know, hey, I just got into XYZ. I want you to know about it. There's no point of getting into something or even stating that you have conviction when you're now willing to go ahead and run through many brick walls, not just one, but many brick walls. I talked about this today. It was a different era. It was really a different era where people would run through the wall for their bags. It was like it was a really cool time where people were just like, man, we're going to work so hard, they're going to all hear us. We're going to work so goddamn hard that we're going to make them hear us. Now people are so focused. You are so focused on, you literally are completely focused on the chart. If the chart's red, you feel depressed. If the chart's green, you feel like you have the ability to go on the timeline and speak? Like, no. No, absolutely not. You need to be working day in and day out. Fuck the chart. There is no chart. If you're really passionate about something, you go out there and you talk about it. Take the doggone Bitcoin community. They don't stop. They don't give a fuck about the chart. I've seen them. I've been talking about them for the longest time. They are out there every single day. They are talking about dog on Bitcoin. They are non-stop with it. They don't know what the word stop means. They don't know what the stop sign means, man. They go right through it. I can appreciate that. These are people working for their bags, because the more they talk about it, the more of a chance that somebody peeps it and says, you know what? I fuck with this meme. I like what they're building here. At the end of the day, I sit back here. It doesn't matter where the meme is. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter what blockchain your meme is located on. It really doesn't. If your community / cult is ready to run through a wall for that meme, you can win on any chain. Are there more people on Ethereum than, let's say, AVAX? Absolutely. Does Ethereum dominate all chains? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that a particular meme can't work on a different chain. This cycle has produced some of the laziest bag workers of all time. This will go down in history as one of the laziest generations of bag workers of all time. But I'm just telling you the truth. When marketing, when spaces, when this, how about you open up a goddamn space and stop waiting? If you believe in your goddamn meme so much, why don't you open up a goddamn space? Okay? Work for your goddamn bags. This ain't no hip hop concert. I can understand if this is a hip hop concert and the goddamn hip hop artist is telling you to wave your hands in the air like you just don't care. Nah, motherfucker, I didn't come to your hip hop concert to entertain you. You motherfucker, you're supposed to entertain me. I'm sitting out here and you're gonna go ahead and wave your hands like you just don't care, and you're gonna hit me with the dopest goddamn songs of all time that I'm used to goddamn listening to. There's a difference. I'm telling you, man, this is the laziest generation of bag workers that I've ever seen. It really is. It's really hard to rally around something when motherfuckers don't have an attention span. I mean, you have an attention span of a fucking goldfish. And then you're wondering why. Oh, man, I swear to God, man, the shit that I hear from you guys, it's like, man, I swear to God, I go into these things and like after 24 hours, it doesn't do something. Are you fucking crazy? You're expecting something to pop off in 24 hours? You haven't even built the foundation yet. You're not even willing to build the foundation. You are waiting for somebody else to build the foundation for you. You are waiting for a green candle to get excited. That's why you're not winning. You're not a team player. You're an individual. You're not willing to participate. You're not willing to encourage the next man or woman to step up and run through a wall with you. That's why your shit never works out. You're not about that life. I said this morning, You should watch some Michael Jordan videos. You know why? Because Michael Jordan found a reason. He found a reason to win. Every single time he stepped out onto the court, he found a reason to win. You guys can't find a reason to wipe your fucking ass or even take a shower. So how are you going to find a reason to stay in something for more than fucking 13 minutes? And then you want to blame? Then you want to go ahead and put blame on somebody? Blame yourself, okay? Blame yourselves. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 597. 3 episodes away from 600, officially to make it 600. This show is sponsored by Gemini. Click the link, trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. But you're too lazy to do that. Imagine trading $1,000 in crypto and getting $100 in Bitcoin. You're too lazy to do that. God forbid you get free Bitcoin. But it's the truth. It is the truth. This is a cycle that's different than the previous cycles because you guys do not know what work ethic is. I'm out here working for my shit. I'm out here working for my shit. If I go ahead and talk about it, I'm working for it. Win, lose, or draw, at least I'm going to put some fucking effort into the son of a bitch. This shit takes time. It takes time to see it through. It doesn't happen overnight. Maybe 1 in a million pop off, but the rest, it takes time to marinate. You ever ate good food? Have any of you guys ever ate some really good food? You know what? It took 24 to 48 hours to marinate that motherfucker. Okay? You marinate that chicken, you leave it. Some people even leave it out there. They refrigerate that shit for a week, marinate it in all types of sauces. Wine, cheese, the finest cheese, wine, the finest wines, they take years. They take years. You guys want instant gratification, you lazy son of a bitches. You want the shit to happen within seconds of you signing up onto X, the seconds that it took you to go ahead and swap your $13 of Solana into the play. You want to see it go pop off, go parabolic. But you don't want to go ahead and put in the work. You're relying on influencers and KOLs. And if the shit doesn't work out, you call it a rug. You don't even know what a rug is, but you'll call it a rug. Fascinating. It's fascinating. If you really want something, the universe finds a way for you to get it. And that's bottom line. This space is crazy because everything that doesn't work out is a rug. That's how you guys see it. This shit has literally 14 minutes in order to send, or it is a rug. Think about the mindsets. Think about who you surround yourself with. A lot of you guys aren't even making money in a bull market. Think about this for a second. A lot of you guys aren't even making money in the bull market. You're too busy. You guys are actually losing money because you're too busy flying around trying to catch the next one when you got the one in your goddamn wallet. It's the wildest shit that I've ever seen. You already have a potential billion-dollar play in your wallet, but you refuse to put the work in. You wait for somebody else to put the work in. You remind me of people on welfare. You know why you remind me of people on welfare? Because people on welfare wait for people who work to go ahead and pay their taxes so they can go ahead and receive that shit for free. No work needs to be given. You go ahead and sit on that beach chair. You get your suntan while motherfuckers are out here working, being reply guys, running through walls, doing this shit. Not you guys are welfare recipients. That's what you are. You are on-chain welfare recipients that are waiting to get something given to you instead of actually working for something. That right there is the analogy that I will use moving forward. Welfare on-chain recipients. I can tell you right now that I'm willing to give you a Bitcoin if you walk a mile to your nearest goddamn convenience store. You guys would Uber it. That's how dumb you are. That's how lazy you are. You would not even put in the effort. And that's wild. By the way, I'd like to acknowledge Bitcoin doing Bitcoin things, even though it's pulled back. It is an opportunity for people to buy Bitcoin. And you can buy Bitcoin of a Gemini. Okay, you can use my link. You can buy some Bitcoin and get $100 a Bitcoin. It's wild. It's wild. So Bitcoin's doing, by the way, what do you guys think? So this is what I wanted to ask you guys. Do you think there's a chance that BNB could flip Ethereum? You guys know I'm like an ETH maxi, okay? I am a total ETH maxi. But I'm just asking the question. Do you guys think with CZ right now acting like the top dog influencer in the goddamn space, do you think that there is a chance that we could potentially see in this cycle that BNB flips Ethereum? Now, I don't think that happens. I'm just putting out the question. The question you're scared to go ahead and put out there, I'm putting it out to you guys. Do you think it happens? Chat, let me know. People on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on X, on Rumble. You guys can go ahead and let me know. Soon to be on TikTok. We're trying to figure that shit out right now. Trying to figure that shit out. Really trying to figure that shit out right now. Trying. Had the conversation today. Me and Hanak went at it today about Vitalik and CZ. I said this. If CZ was a part of Ethereum, Ethereum would be at $15,000 per coin right now. I 100% believe, and I'm going to repeat this again, if CZ was the CEO of Ethereum, Ethereum would be at 15K. 100%. And I'm going to tell you why. This is not a knock on Vitalik. See, Vitalik builds infrastructure. Vitalik builds platforms, right? He builds the when it comes to the coding and all. We know, and Vitalik speaks in code. I said today on today's morning show that CZ is like the Steve Jobs of crypto, where he could take something and he could sell it to you. He can make you understand where this shit is going and how it can be utilized. That's what CZ is good at. And he's a hustler. He doesn't stop. He works his ass off. We've seen it when Binance was when Binance was an idea. We seen CZ run around all over the place on all social media platforms and he was working his ass off, and I can appreciate that. So that's why I said that if CZ actually had his hands on Ethereum would probably be at 15K. By the way, Ethereum will probably hit 19,000 in my eyes, $10,000 bare minimum, just because you have these institutional players that are super bullish on Ethereum, and they're building on Ethereum. And though it's taking time, that time will eventually come. That time will eventually come. By the way, CZ apparently tweeted out there that apparently, I don't want to, I'm just paraphrasing here, that it's meme season on BNB. And people have now turned, there are people that are leaving Solana, they're going on to BNB, and they're trying to get into the next one that sends. That's what's happening. We got the rotation plays happening right now. For those who have been patient, and I said this earlier today, for those who are being patient, they're winning. The winners in this market right now have been the people that have been patiently waiting. The people that in 2023 collected things that were undervalued. XRP, Cardano, BNB, Litecoin. Talk about the memes, Pepe, Bobo, Mog, whatever you want to name out. People that were collecting all these things, Chainlink, okay, Aave, I could keep going, Filecoin, Mantle. People that were quietly collecting, stocking up, Cardano. They're sitting back right now. They're sitting on their hands and they're doing nothing. They're watching. And I'm sure some, when they see there's an opportunity, they fling a few dollars there to see what can happen. But for the most part, people are just patiently waiting for everything to pop off. I've done that. And I'm just patiently waiting for things to go and for me to take profit. Because yes, profit taking is good. Okay, you're not going to go ahead and get far with your participation trophy for round tripping. You guys don't take profit because one, you're greedy, and two, you think it's cool to round trip because people are shaming you from taking profit. A lot of guys here and women will lose. You guys will lose during this cycle. And I say the word cycle, even though I don't believe in it, because I don't believe there's a cycle anymore. But you will lose during this time because you're trying to please others and you're not focusing on yourself. Sometimes you have to become selfish. You could still be a team player, but you need to be a little bit selfish. You need to pay yourself, reward yourself for doing good work, not see something go up and have you watch it go all the way down while everybody else takes profit. You need to reward yourself. You need to pay yourself. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 597, sponsored by Gemini. Click the link, sign up. Again, the loudest community that signs up, I shall talk about it. I shall make a video, 3-minute video, 2 to 3 minute video breaking down the community, the leadership, the content, all that good stuff. Okay? And I said what I said about Rage today. That was real talk. You guys won a battle. You guys won a ton of battles. Okay? Rage guy, ticker Rage, you won a lot of stuff. But I feel like you're not finding the reason to elevate. And a lot of people will disagree with me. They'll come at my neck, but hey, listen, I just speak what I feel. Okay? There is no timeouts. You got to find a way for you to motivate yourself. You don't need to ask anybody to start a space. I heard that today. You don't need to ask anybody to start a space. If you want to start a space, if you want to talk about your favorite asset, XYZ, you start a goddamn space. You don't wait for nobody. Take initiative. Be a leader. What happened to the leaders? Where are the leaders? Who wants to lead? Are you a sheep or are you a leader? Are you going to lead? Are you going to grab the bull by its horns and lead? Or are you going to wait for somebody to lead you? Which one is it? How hungry are you to go ahead and change your life? How hungry are you for this life-changing money? How hungry are you to change everything for your bloodline? Because I don't know if I see a lot of hungry people. I don't know if I'm seeing a lot of hungry people out here in these streets. Maybe 5% of this entire space is hungry and zoned in and fulfilling the prophecies. You want to see something? You want to see something fucking go completely parabolic? Start fucking leading. Become a leader. Lead a bunch of people. Turn them into motherfucking leaders. Become a cult that's unstoppable. That's how you win. That's how you fucking win. You don't sit back and wait for people. I don't sit back and wait for anybody. I do things on my own fucking accord. I ain't gonna fucking wait for anybody. Wait for somebody. Why am I waiting for anybody? There's no time to wait. The bull market comes and it goes. What you waiting for? 5 minutes before closing time? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last cycle. Air quote. It's the last cycle. This is your last opportunity to hit 1,000x, to hit a 10,000x. You're not going to get these in the next 2 to 4 years. It'll be gone. The institutional players, hedge funds, big boys with money, they're going to be running this space. And the most you're going to get is a 2 to 5x maybe. That's it. Done. Done. I've got into things. And I'm not getting into, by the way, I am not getting into any more. I really, unless it's something that it's a no-brainer, I'm not chasing anything more. I'm going to continue to add into my positions because it's time to show conviction in your plays. Okay, it's time to stop being a participant on welfare, on-chain welfare, and it's time to take shit seriously. Gather around, motherfuckers, and send the shit to Valhalla. You guys, if you take this era, okay? If you take this era of participants and you take this era of participants and you put them into 2011, Bitcoin would not survive. The on-chain welfare participants of this cycle, if you were to take them and you were to put them into 2011, 2012, and you relied on these on-chain welfare participants to make Bitcoin great, Bitcoin would have died. And we would have been working at financial institutions. A lot of you guys would have been working at IHOP, asking people whether they wanted decaf or regular. Do you want butter on your pancakes? A lot of you guys would have been serving at the bar at Applebee's. A lot of you guys would be working the graveyard shifts at McDonald's and Burger King. You would be delivering Domino's pizza at 1 o'clock in the morning. Here you have this unbelievable, wonderful opportunity to do something amazing and great. And I don't know if you really want it. I don't know if you really want it. I know a few people that are really about that life, but do you really want it is the question. Everybody talks about, I want to change my life. Oh, it's unfair. It's unfair. People got in first. Now I have to work for it. Yeah, motherfucker, you got to work for it. What do you think? Hold on. You think the people that got in earlier didn't work for it? They worked for it. You got to work for it, you lazy son of a bitch, you welfare. Listen, shout out to the people that are on welfare for real reasons. I'm not knocking them. I'm knocking the people that are purposely able to get their asses up and work, but choose to be on welfare smoking goddamn Marlboro Lights on a goddamn beach on my expense. I'm talking about these sons of bitches, okay? Don't get pissed off. By the way, let's go to a commercial break. I'll be right back.
Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found. Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found. Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found. Thought you knew I'm on the move and nowhere to be found.
And we're back. Obviously, that is the Gemini credit card, the Bitcoin credit card. They got the Bitcoin credit card and the XRP credit card. XRP Army's probably a little bit pissed off today because BNB went ahead and flipped it. But I'm sure that'll go back and forth, back and forth. The trend here switches every 24 hours. But CZ, I mean, how do you bet against CZ? You know CZ's going to put in all effort to go ahead and make sure that his shit shines. Welcome back to The Breakdown, episode 597. Sponsored by Gemini. Look at us. Bunch of models at Gemini. Who can say that? Which exchange can go ahead and say they got knowledgeable people, smart-ass people, good-looking people, marketing next to none? I'm just saying, GNN is the network that powers my shows. There you go. That powers my shows. So there you go. I get. Maybe it's a lecture. Maybe it was a necessary lecture to go ahead and give out to you good people. If you feel offended, good. Do something about it. If you feel offended, good. Do something about it. I like to see you do something about it for once. I want to see you go ahead and show me and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Because this cycle has just shown me that there are a lot of homeless people on here with homeless mentalities. People on welfare, on-chain welfare. That's all it's shown me. That's exactly what it's shown me. Show me nothing but that. 1 second. Live show. Live show, and I got to do live things. You guys can take your time. I'm sure you got to, apply for welfare this week. People get all offended. By the way, I said this last night on the nightly recap, sponsored by Peasy. I said that I don't mind the government being shut down because look what's happened. The markets have reacted. The markets have reacted positively. We've sent. We've gone parabolic. Okay? Look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum, look at BNB, look at a lot of these things that are thriving while the government is shut down. The traditional markets are sending. At some point, you guys are going to have to give credit where credit is due. And Donald Trump and his administration, MAGA, America First, has done a phenomenal job. And one thing I wanted to talk about also is why don't we just stop sending money to all these countries that don't like us to begin with? Take some of that money, take care of our veterans, okay? Get that, give them money, help them with their medical bills because the VA is just trash, okay? And also take some money and buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why don't we do that? Instead of sending people money, why don't we just go ahead and buy Bitcoin and ETH and build that reserve up? Why are we sending money to countries that despise us? Why are we sending money to Zelensky? I don't care about Zelensky. Do you? Do you guys give a fuck? No, you don't. I care about the United States of America. That's who I care about. I said this last night. I'll say it again. And I don't care who I offend. Okay? I offended the ADL yesterday. I'm waiting for the ADL to go ahead and list me as some alt-right fucking personality. That's what I'm waiting for. Can't wait for that to happen. That'll be humorous to go ahead and fucking see. By the way, I'm still doing this $1,000 to $1 million challenge. Okay? And we'll have that during this week. I'll go ahead and pop up the wallet and see what the wallet is doing. See where I'm at. Am I even close to $1 million? I think I'll get there. I know I can get there. I have no fucking idea how I'll get there, but I know I'll get there. Within 24 hours, we are 24 hours away from one community having me break them down. I hope you guys take it seriously by going to that buy Bitcoin. You know what? You know what I'll do? I'll actually come out with, you know what I'll do? Let me make this fair. I will come out with a tweet and I will give you 48 hours from when that tweet is posted to go ahead and do your thing. Okay? You already know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out a tweet and you guys can go ham on it and we'll see which community stands out. Right now, communities that stand out to me, doggone Bitcoin. Okay? Doggone Bitcoin, it stands out for me. Rage guy, ticker rage, that stands out for me. Okay? Yes. A lot of people pissed me off. They talked shit about me, and I held both of these rages. I actually held more than just two rages. I've been trying to buy up Rage for how long? It's been years with people trying to come out with one and it would just go to zero because there's no fucking real support. Okay? There's no real support. Now, I love to see Rage Guy, ticker Rage, take the next step. That's what I want to see, the next step. You know, people sleep on the meme economy. Let me tell you something real quick. I've been talking about memes when it wasn't cool to talk about memes. And I didn't see it. There were only a few of us crazy son of a bitches out here talking about the meme economy, understanding that the memes will bring people into Bitcoin. That was really one of the key factors for me for going into memes and then talking about memes on national TV. That was because I knew that memes could go ahead and bring more people into our ecosystem because, quite frankly, and I'm sorry, Landy, but the people, the new graduates of of Bitcoin University, the Bitcoin toxic maxis just don't know how to be normal and to actually break down Bitcoin. So I thought to myself, hey, you know what? Dogecoin is a perfect entry. And guess what? It was. Because the Dogecoin community, once you enter the motherfucker, okay, people could explain it and were explaining it to people that were just getting in. And then they feel it. These people finally realized, holy shit, I don't have to buy a Bitcoin for 40 G's or 50 G's. I can buy it for $500. I can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. And then you have people who are now holding good amounts of Bitcoin. The only reason why they're holding big amounts of Bitcoin is because of the meme economy. I fucking believe that the data is there. Go look at it. Go look at it. I've always said this also. Without the altcoin market, Bitcoin isn't where it is today. Without the altcoin market, remember this, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what anybody says, no matter what any toxic Bitcoin maxi says, I'm a Bitcoiner, not a maxi. And I will tell you right now, without the altcoin market, Bitcoin is not at 125, 126. Okay? The altcoin market helps Bitcoin. Bottom line. What do I think of what's to come? Here's what I think is going to come. And I don't see a lot of people talking about it except me. That's right. Your boy's talking about it consistently. We have yet to see people take out of their positions in the traditional markets and bring it in to the crypto ecosystem. We have yet to see the trillions of dollars come in to the ecosystem. I want you to realize this. A $27 trillion market is what gold is. Bitcoin's at over 2 trillion. That's nothing. That's nothing. Think about where it's going. Think about where Bitcoin is going. This is why I don't think it's going to stop. Think about where it's going. I think it's at what, 2.1 trillion right now, maybe at 2 trillion. Watch when people start shaving off of their gold profits. Watch when people start taking profits out of the stock market and putting it into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Watch what happens. And then after that starts happening and people start going into Bitcoin and Ethereum and even BNB, whatever, it's all going to slide down into your favorite altcoins and your meme economy that all you guys love, including myself. The memes are going to fucking do so well. It's going to blow the lids off of people that believe in the memes and won't expect the numbers that the memes put up. I already said 30 memes will be on CMC's top 100 when all is said and done. And that is me being super conservative with a number like that. That is me being uber conservative. What have you learned today? Work for your bags. Who gives a shit what anybody says? If you go into something, work for it. I'll say buy Bitcoin all day long. I'll say buy Ethereum all day long. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody who likes to click on a goddamn keyboard. If I go into XYZ meme, I'm telling everybody about it. You know why? I went into it. I want everybody to know. Why not? Stop looking at the goddamn charts. Stop listening to Crypto Elmo tell you what you need to be doing. Stop listening to Crypto Gumby. All these people are telling you what to do. Yet they don't even got a cent to their name. They're telling you, they're being your financial advisor. You shouldn't get into that. Why? The question you should ask is why? Why shouldn't I get into that? They won't have an answer. You guys need to go back to working for your bags. Work for your bags. Don't be shy. Who cares what they say? Man, They talk shit about me every single day. They slander my name every single day. You think I give a shit? No, I don't. At some point, you just don't care. What did you come here for? Did you come here for gains or did you come here to make friendships? If you make friendships along the way, that's great, but y'all all came here for gains. Y'all came here to change your lives. So what are you doing? You trying to sit at the cool kids table? Well, I hope the cool kids are going to pay for your rent. I hope the cool kids are going to pay for your bills. Because as soon as the bull comes to an end, the cool kids ain't going to be at the cool kids table. The motherfuckers that made money are out and they ain't paying your bills. You're broke. You're going back to work. And I ain't talking about working for your bags. You're going back to work at IHOP. This show, by the way, is not sponsored by IHOP. It is sponsored by Gemini. Ladies and gentlemen, as I am doing this show live and direct, by the way, the podcast is coming. A lot of things are changing. I will elaborate on it on Friday, but the podcast is coming. I'm being a little bit selfish, and it's okay. It's okay to be selfish. I worked very hard. To build this brand, and I'm taking my brand to new levels. A lot of the things that I got to say, you ain't gonna like, and I don't give a fuck. Maybe, just maybe, you'll sit back, you'll let it marinate, and maybe you'll appreciate it. Also looking at this goddamn monitor right now, and I'm looking at myself, and I can see myself as being your president one day of the United States of America. Me negotiating policies, peace all around the world, laying down the law, okay? Putting my boot up somebody's ass if they don't act right. Maybe this is foreshadowing because the guy, the president of El Salvador, I won't say that he looks like me because I don't think anybody looks like me, but there is a resemblance there. So maybe this is foreshadowing me into the Oval Office and me running things in 10 years' time. I'm just saying. Anyway. The quote of the day. I always leave everybody on this show with the quote of the day. So let me get right to it. Let me get right to the quote of the day. Let me find the quote. Stay with me here. Are you ready? This might apply for all you guys today, especially after my speech. A lot of you guys also are offended that I said something about welfare. I would like to take this time to not apologize to absolutely nobody. There you go. There are no apologies. I love you. The quote of the day, here we go. When my circle got smaller, my vision got clearer. The strengths and loyalty, not numbers. I stopped entertaining people who clapped for my potential but disappeared when it came time to support the progress. I realized not everyone deserves a front row seat to my growth. A tight circle built on trust, respect, and shared values will take you further than a crowd full of convenience and noise. You do not need 100 voices in your ear. You need a few real ones in your corner. The smaller circle, or the smaller the circle, the fewer the distractions. The fewer the distractions, the sharper the focus. Loyalty brings peace. Numbers bring chaos. I will take 10 solid over 1,000 shaky every single time. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that was your quote of the day. Hopefully you felt that. I want to see some leaders pop off in this space. More leaders. More people willing to run through a goddamn wall for shit that they believe in. I want to see it. I want to see you go at it. Run through walls for your meme, for something that you believe in. Believe in something. I encourage you to believe in something and become leaders. You have it inside of you. Do whatever it takes as long as it's legal to go ahead and make sure you win. Win. Dominate. When you come onto social media, dominate. Okay? If you played sports, you get onto that goddamn court or that field or that rink and you dominate. You dominate the game. You look for a reason to level up. 100% effort ain't enough. 200% effort ain't enough. You got to be at 500% minimum to win and make some noise and rattle some cages. Unite. Don't be individuals. Be a part of a team, but lead together. Don't be a follower, be a leader. Be a bunch of leaders. Be a bunch of leaders and lead. The space needs it. The space needs something to believe in again. Make them believe. On that note, I thank everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow I'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the breakdown, episode 598 tomorrow, which is sponsored by Gemini, the good folks at Gemini. GNN is the network that powers my show, my podcast, and more. More news on that on Friday. We'll talk about it. Because I got things to say, not only in crypto, but in politics and in life. We're about to rip the Band-Aid open. It's already ripped open, but we're about to rip it open live and direct. Guys, I hope you all win. Not everybody's going to win, but take advantage of your opportunity. On that note, I'll see you live tonight on the nightly news at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On this note, I'm out.